Rain, gunshots. A man stands in the middle of the street, breathing slow, eyes cold. 3 enemies, 4 seconds, silence, then chaos. A bullet cracks the night. Another body hits the ground, then another. No hesitation, no fear, no doubt. This is the moment when a man stops running from who he is. This is the moment the world remembers the name John Wick. But here is the strange truth. Most people never reach that moment, not because they are weak, not because they lack talent, but because they are afraid of something far more dangerous than failure. They are afraid of their own potential. And the tragedy is, they don't even realize it, because the real enemy isn't outside, it's inside the mind. Years before the gunshots, years before the legend, there is a quiet psychological battle happening in millions of minds. A student staring at an opportunity and procrastinating. An athlete training hard, then quitting right before the breakthrough. A creator with a brilliant idea, delaying it for years. Psychologists call this something strange, fear of success. It sounds impossible. Why would anyone fear success? But research shows the signs everywhere. People set low goals, so they never have to test their limits. They procrastinate until opportunities disappear. They chase perfection, then quit when perfection is impossible. Sometimes they even sabotage themselves right before success. It looks like laziness from the outside, but inside the mind, it is survival. Because success changes everything. Relationships change, expectations rise, pressure multiplies. Suddenly, the world expects more from you, and the human brain hates uncertainty. So it whispers a quiet lie. Stay where you are. It's safer here. But the roots of this fear go deeper, much deeper. Many psychologists say the seed is planted in childhood. A child wins something and is told not to show off. A student answers too many questions and classmates mock them. A teenager achieves something big and someone says, "Don't get arrogant." The brain learns a dangerous equation. Success equals rejection. Success equals loneliness. Success equals pressure. So the mind creates invisible brakes, and those brakes appear as self-sabotage. Sometimes it's procrastination. Sometimes it's quitting at the last moment. Sometimes it's convincing yourself you're not ready yet. But the mechanism is always the same. The mind protects identity by destroying potential. Think about the psychology of a man like John Wick. He wasn't just feared because he could fight. He was feared because he accepted something most people avoid, his true nature. When the criminal world whispers his name, they don't describe talent. They describe inevitability. A man who stopped negotiating with his own potential. That is terrifying, because most people are still negotiating with theirs. Psychology researchers found another powerful cause of this fear: imposter syndrome. You achieve something, and suddenly the brain asks, what if they discover I don't deserve this? What if I can't maintain this level? What if this success is a mistake? Studies show that people experiencing this phenomenon often undermine their own achievements to protect themselves from future exposure. It's safer to fail on your own terms than to succeed and be judged. So the brain pulls the emergency brake, and the dream slowly dies. The irony is brutal. You are not afraid of failure. You are afraid of the responsibility that comes with success, because success raises the bar. Once you prove what you can do, people expect you to do it again and again and again. Higher expectations are one of the biggest psychological reasons people resist success. This is where the real battle begins, not outside, inside. The subconscious mind becomes the battlefield. In the classic self-development book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Joseph Murphy explains a powerful idea. Your repeated thoughts become habits of the mind, and those habits shape your reality. If fear becomes a repeated thought, your subconscious begins protecting that fear. It quietly guides decisions away from risk, growth, and exposure. Not because it hates you, because it thinks it is protecting you. And this is why most potential never becomes reality. Not because of lack of ability, but because the mind is addicted to safety. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar greatness. Imagine a world where John Wick hesitated, where he thought, what if I fail? What if I can't maintain this reputation? What if the next fight proves I'm not who they think I am? The legend would disappear instantly, because legends are not created by talent. They are created by the moment someone stops negotiating with fear. But every hero story includes a collapse. Even legends face the moment when pain becomes visible. The body bruised, the breath heavy, the scars real. In those moments, the myth disappears and the human being is revealed. And that is where transformation begins. Because pain forces a question no one can avoid forever. Will you shrink or will you expand? The truth is simple. Your deepest fear is not failure. Your deepest fear is realizing how powerful you could become. Because if you truly accept your potential, you can never hide behind excuses again. You can never blame circumstances again. You can never pretend you didn't know what you were capable of. And that level of responsibility terrifies the human mind. But here is the final twist. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is evidence. Evidence that the next level of your life is standing right in front of you. Joseph Murphy wrote that fear begins in the mind and grows through repetition, but it can also disappear through new patterns of thought, which means the same mind that created the prison can destroy it. And one day, sooner or later, every person reaches the same moment. The moment when potential is no longer theoretical. The moment when the opportunity is real. The moment when the decision cannot be delayed anymore. Run from it or become it. Because the truth about potential is simple. It waits quietly and patiently for the day you stop fearing who you might become. And when that day comes, the world will not see a new person. It will finally see the person who was always there.